Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are actually about to just go over the Universe 7 Gohan list that I took to DBS Fest. A lot of people were asking about how I've updated the deck way since Gen Con, and to be fair, until this set came out, it wasn't like I was sitting here going like, oh yeah, there's a gajillion ways Gohan could change. I just didn't want to really play Icarus at Nats, and I hadn't noticed I could build any other decks, so I brought the boy. But no. This set gave a lot of things for this deck to do. It changed the placement of red in the format, and I actually love this guy's matchup with quite a few top decks. I feel like I'm actually favorable for U7 Goku. A lot of people find that weird to believe, but testing has kind of shown me that. Piccolo, I had to put in a lot of work, but I actually like my Piccolo matchup, especially when I'm siding on game 1. The shout outs to Giancarlo and Armando for helping me with my Piccolo matchup, as well as Johnny T.O. and JD from the Herman Style Discord and more. And also shout outs when it comes to U7. Shout outs to Brandon Marshall. He was the only U7 I faced at Fest, and I won. And I was hoping to face more U7, but he took it all the way to the top after that loss. Like, he was in the top 16 playing with his spiced out U7, where he played Dirty Burst as well as Sensu Bean in order to be able to have more utility and range and whatnot. Now that being said, before I get into the list, because I do want to make sure it's Oleg approved, just want to let you guys know, if you haven't been to the official Facebook group already, you guys definitely should get on there, check it out. There's also the unofficial discussion group, as well as the unofficial Reddit, as well as the Universe X Discord, as well as the Universe X Facebook group. If you want to see me in other capacities, not only do I have a TCGPlayer Store that you can find in the link, just post a bunch of Fest stuff, and I'm going through all my bulks, so there'll be more and more SRs, foils, SPRs as the time goes by. But there's also me on UniXDB and UniX Gacha, which are just different, types of gaming, Dragon Ball related or not Dragon Ball related. And then also you can check out my partial sponsor as well as friend Chris at TCGMetalZ, where he makes the coolest metal leader cards, and you can use the code UNIX at checkout to get 10% off your entire order. So I'm gonna run through this pretty quickly because there's no reason to just keep going. By the way, speaking of metal cards, this is the manga edition of Son Gohan. It's amazing. You can literally see manga panels from the TOP in the background. It is a crazy looking card, and I love it. I love playing with it. So past that, what Gohan is going to do, right, is once per turn, he's got Warrior of Universe 7, okay, which means he can, play any Universe 7 battle cards if it had no specified color cost. Doesn't come into play quite yet, but who knows when it may. But right now, when you combo with a U7, you draw a card. And then if you have a red specified Unison in play, a cost of 2, you can flip over, go down to 5 life, untap 1, draw 1. Or if he's at 4 or less life, you just untap 1, draw 1. On his back, same thing, but he gets 2 different effects. One, he can Spirit Boost once per turn. You can Spirit Boost, and if you combo with a vanilla 2 cost, you can give it 6,000 more power, making it 11k power instead of a 5k combo. And then the other one is when a Unison, once per turn, when a Unison is cleared from your board, a 2 cost red specified, you're going to be able to play a 2 cost vanilla from your grave. So that's tight. Now we're gonna go through this one. Heart and Soul of the deck. We've got this guy, he's got limit 1, and basically when you combo with vanilla, he's going to be able to draw 1 card, limit 1, which is cool because with this leader, you're gonna draw 1 from your leader, you're gonna draw 1 from this. So when this guy's on the field, comboing with vanilla is a +1 once per turn, and you're seeing 2 cards. Obviously wonderful. Next, you got 4 Raditz. I like the tuck, and and draw 2. It helps me filter, and in a deck like this, you can reach almost all your cards always. Like, it really has to be in your last 4 life or 3 life for you not to reach it in this deck, because by the time I'm doing all the filtering that my deck does, and I'm also just like, popping these dudes off, you really don't really have a chance. Like, this is just really going to be able to just cycle through the stuff, and this is the last bit of reach you need. Now these I'm going to go through at the same time. I've been seeing ratios all over the place, and I think ratio is the most important parts of these decks. I run 7 challengers, 7 vanillas. Now I've seen people run 6 challengers, 5 challengers, 8 vanillas, 9 vanillas, and I think that's like absolute wrong, Only because these are recyclable. when you get your main plays going and you have a Divine Presence and a Frieza, every single turn you'll be able to use a Frieza to +1 to put this at the bottom of your deck. Then you'll swing your Divine Presence, take it, shuffle. So there's no reason to keep more vanillas than that, because this is a cycle. You will always have vanillas, but you always want to pair these guys together. And because of that, I always feel like you want to play equal to, or not more, challengers than you do vanillas. I found that 7 and 7 is perfect for me in terms of just the ratios, but even on 7 and 7, you can get some unlucky hands where you just have way too many vanillas, and so I just cannot endorse running more than 7 vanillas. It's just that's crazy to me. And if you're running 7 vanillas, I feel like you need to be running equivalent challengers, because they're pairs. They always want to be combo together. This is another one that was kind of weird on ratios I've been seeing in people's decks. The new Android 17. You need 5 Universe 7 engraved to play him, and then you also need 7 cards in general to have him as a double striker. This means this card is at minimum really being played on your turn 3, unless some things are really, really weird. There are some very aggressive hands I'd be able to rip him on turn 2, Awakening, but there are special circumstances to that, and I can kind of let you know that one. But yeah, that's just, yeah, I don't see him as more than 2. He can pick up the secret from the top of the deck, which is really, really cool, and he puts your opponents in weird positions, but I like playing him on turn 3 or turn 4 when I want to start poking, but I don't want to invest, especially when I know I need to be defensive. I'll just play him and see where the turn goes from there. Get a card off, you know, potentially threaten double strike. 2 Champas, my deck combos and it filters a lot, so there's a lot of times where I can double strike you and just put enough combo behind it to know that you're not gonna out combo it. Putting you down from 3 to, or from 5 to 3, and then from 3 to 1 is just nasty when you have the Vegeta Secret Rare at your disposal. Resolve Renewed at 2 because this card is very, very Gucci. Just its ability to counter floodgates that come into play are very, very, very strong. Like being able to counter a riposte when your opponent thinks that that's the only thing saving them from dying is strong. When your opponent taps 2 for Oceanus, and then you just hit them with the riposte, or you hit them with the Resolve Renewed, and in some cases better than Broly Crown, because if you crown somebody and they have 2 Oceanus, you're done. But if you crown somebody and they have 2 Oceanus, but if you have this in hand, they have 2 Oceanus, okay, they tapped out, and then you play this and stop them from getting a blocker and floodgating you. So yeah, it's just a really well-positioned card this format. Yamcha, card's goated in red. This deck filters so much, you're normally holding deuces or sometimes even triples, and that's just very, very destructive. The ability to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna swing in and do this, and you're gonna, you know, you're gonna play some cards, I'm gonna Yamcha you. Okay, I'm gonna swing, oh, counter that comes into play, Yamcha you. And then you're just sitting there with like more and more attacks or cards to tap while they're, you know, not able to, well, while you're under riposte and things like that. This card's just really, really good. It's just stupid good. Second overall of the deck, New Ruler, part of the Holy Trinity. You got Divine Presence. He loops the vanillas. He's excellent pressure. He cannot be removed from your side of the field during your turn, and that's invaluable. Invaluable. So yeah, he can't be Kefla. He can't be Supreme Kai negated. He can't be Majin Buu Unison. Like he can't be minus, but yeah, he's just actually very, 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 very good. Now the secret rare of the deck, this should be no surprise. You're looking at the Vegeta secret rare. This guy's a monster. Tap 4, your opponent's leader loses 5k for the turn. If you have Sparking 25, he has double strike, but you know what? We are dual attack on top of his triple strike. But that's kind of iffy land. It's very, very rare that you can swing with this guy because yellow can final flash him and then oops, you can't remove him for the turn. Black can hit the Supreme Kai negate and oops, he's gone from the play until the end of the turn. Green with 2 energy can hit you with the Kakunsa negate, which pops a battle card after negating attack. He's gone. Like, even blue can Majin Buu Unison this dude back or Kefla tuck him. Like, this guy has no protection outside of deflect, and deflect is enough protection. The point is, he's just not safe to be swinging. Even against red, if you swing and they Wolfang Fist you down to like 35, and then or down to 25, and then Jiren -3 you, this guy is gone. So no matter what you do, this guy is almost never like okay to swing. Your opponent has to be tapped out for this guy to swing. So really, he just normally comes down, nukes the board, and minuses them 5k and crits them. But by then they're so softened that if you already have a board when you play this, you almost just auto win that turn. It's insane. The last member of the Holy Trinity is just fighting against Fate Bardock. He's a simple, just 25k attacker. But the thing is, the Holy Trinity are these 3 cards. When I play Vegeta and I blow up your entire board, and then you go minus 5k, and then my unison has markers, I'll play this guy and I'll remove my graveyard and I'll play this guy. You now have to deal with your 10k leader against my 15k leader, my 15k unison, my 20k double strike, and then this guy. And I can generally with this deck apply pressure wherever I want to. So that's just a very, very, very strong interaction, and it never really ends nice for your opponent if all 3 of those hit the board. For Frieza, yes, Piccolo Jr. is the superior unison, but I find that in this format, your 1-drop survives quite often, a lot more. And what this means is you have multiple successive turns where Frieza can get you a +2 on your opponent's turn. And the moment you start having like 17, 18, 19, 20 cards in hand as a Gohan deck, you're unkillable. Like the decks cannot kill you. You have too much combo power, and if they get caught slipping, you can turn all that combo power upside their head. I needed to round it out to 5, and he's still a really good card. You can still play New Ruler, play him for 3, play New Ruler for free, and then -2 blow up the field. He's still able to do his like anti kind of pseudo reverse floodgatey things. They counter, he pops. He's really good. Lots of people don't know what this card did. I remember on stream when I was rewatching it, people were like wondering. Universe 7 United, it's always good to have a hard negate, but on top of this being a hard negate and burst one that can help my count for Vegeta or Android 17, what this guy also does is that limit 1, spirit boost 1, add 10k to a leader or a unison. So even when I'm tapped out, this is a pseudo super combo, and it allows me to be a lot more aggressive. And I like cards that you can use multiple instances that aren't dead in any of them. This guy is either a negate or he's a 10k super combo. Love it. Then 2 times the ops, because I only really need to see 2. Gets me down from 5 to 4. 3 of these because there's so many targets for this format. You can, in Gogeta Zeno, you can hit their blocker fusion, you can hit their thwarting, you can hit their trunks. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to hit with this guy. It's just really, really, really good to use. Sin Shenron, you hit most of their deck with it too, but the 9-drop is the most important. Like, it doesn't really matter which deck you're playing against. You can hit Divine Presences with this, you can hit Ultra Masteries with this. You need a little bit more softening, but that's what Frieza's for, because you combo with Vanilla and you Spirit Boost and then you -10 something and you play this card and then you just wipe it off the board. That's how you get rid of secret rares in this deck too. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, but this card is just like goated for removal and pressure. And there's some other interactions that are really fun using it. Now, when it comes to my side deck, 2 Koitsukais for those Koitsukaiable matchups. That's yellow, that's KP. I draw enough, I will see them, I will combo them, and I will use them. Crown, for when you want to catch blue lacking. Once again, I draw a lot, I will generally see these, I will catch you lacking. And when you're playing a deck like Gohan, playing any deck, having knowledge of your full hand is dangerous, but when Gohan knows exactly how much you can combo to, bet your butt I can always put 5k on top of that, and then just let it sail, knowing that I comfortably can do it again with like another 10k. So Gohan is very, very good at utilizing the information of combo power versus Broly, because it actually has the combo to back it up. 3rd, Resolve Renewed for when you really don't want to get Oceanist. 2nd, Piccolo. Sometimes I'll slide out a Frieza for a Piccolo when I know the matchup calls for it, like yellow again. The Goated Boy himself, he is very, very strong. But his -2 makes it so that people cannot play battle cards through effects until or your opponent until the end of their next turn. And that means that, you played against certain matchups and they can't operate. Universe 7 Goku can operate. Sin Shenron has a very hard time operating it. If these guys don't have boards by the time you activate this -2, they can't establish one next turn. And that turn is a stopgap to where you just pretty much can survive without being pressured. And that's gross. You can't over him under this card, you can't do none of that. His +1 also synergizes his -5. It's kind of wishy-washy. If they don't have any battle cards, you can deal 1 damage, but I don't ever bank on that. His +1, you draw 1, you play a level 2 a 2 cost or 1 cost red card from your hand. So that's my vanillas, that's my crowns if I side them in, that's my Gohan 1-drop, that's 18 if I really want to do that. It's just there's a lot of cards that fit under here, and that's really cool. Then you've got 3 Wolf Fang Fists. That's for the King Piccolo matchup. You know, you kind of get in there and you're able to destroy some of their cards. If they ever get desperate and swing with a drum, you punish them, got 'em ass. Then this is for my more aggro matchups. Softens the damage that I can combo over it, because I do like having my combo phases. And then a 4th one of these because, yeah, I don't like Sin and I don't like decks that kind of just go that hard. I will do a whole how-to video if you guys let me know you want it in the comments. But if I had to say my top 3 interactions with this deck, 2 of them involve that. I'm gonna show you my top interactions that I love, love, love. I guess the Holy Trinity is the first one, first and foremost. Like, these 3 on the board at the same time, it's just like, wow, you're gonna die. Or playing this and then blowing up and then playing these 2 to follow them up. Love that. The other one is I love swinging with 6 energy, or 6 sparking in here with this guy. And, you know, they might be like, okay, how many engrave? 6. Well, you let it go, because when you combo, those combos don't immediately go to your drop. But when you're like, okay, I'm going to tap 1, play this. This is an extra card. It automatically goes to the drop, triggers your sparking 7, and you just destroy something on their board. And then you're gonna go for 25k minimum double strike. So it's a very sneaky way to kind of get under there and really, really get somebody. And then the other thing that I really like is that this deck is a combo deck. So when you're on the defense and you know you don't have like your challenger, right? Or you don't have your skill list. Like, let's say you have a challenger, but you don't have a skill list, and they swing on you, you know you're gonna have to go to like 40k or so. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna use this. Go up to 30k. Draw. Ooh, I have this. And normally, if your skill isn't the first thing in there, your challenger doesn't work. But this is an extra card. Technically, it's never in the combo zone. So you play it, you gain the 15k, you draw a card. Oh, now my combo zone is free for me to play that, draw, play this, draw another one. So it's just small things. I have so many more little interactions. I think by far one of my favorite interactions is when you add onto your board via the unison effect. I had to kind of really get into character on this one, but this is actually a board that you do see fairly often in this game for this deck, right? Like, I can have a unison, my leader, and if I've sided into Vegito, that too, right? And it's just like a situation where, you know, you swing once to get the vanilla just in case they have the floodgate, and then you swing again with Yamcha, you might combo on them. You swing with this person, you know, you might combo, you swing with this, and they're like, okay, I guess I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's it, right? Nah, tap 4, hit that. Since my unison went to the drop, I then get to play the vanilla. Now I've got 2 more 20k attacks, and I can -2 and prevent you from establishing a board afterwards. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks on that turn 4, and that just feels really, really, really good. So yeah, those are my favorite interactions. This is my favorite deck of all time, and I'm just happy to play it because it's Gohan. It actually can do some damage this format. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Very, 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 very excited to play more of this format. Don't know if I'm gonna try to build another deck or see how this goes, because I really do feel like if I'm facing the correct matchups, like facing meta, I'm well positioned for this sort of thing. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments if you want a full how-to. Thank you guys for stopping in again, and this week the content train will not stop. I will see you guys next time inside Join Universe X, and later.